Hey everybody, we made it back to episode number 3 of Fathericity. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going?
Man, I'm glad everybody's back listening to us one more time. We appreciate the love on TikTok. Uh, Download the podcast where you can. We're on YouTube and any of the major podcast hosting places. So,
iHeart, Apple Podcast, I think Google Podcast, yeah, all that stuff. I was looking at our podcast on YouTube Saturday, trying to get those views up. You know what I'm saying? We probably need to run a contest to get it like before the end of the year to get like to at least 100 followers. I think that's doable.
yeah, no, it should be. And I mean, we'll see what happens. I think every week we'll just try to get a little better and get more organized on our end, and then everything will
Yeah,
come after that.
yeah. We'll make sure we put each week a much higher quality product out there. I already got my wife talking about getting me some more up to date podcasting gear for what we got going on right now. So she thinks it seems to be a pretty good investment if she's willing to buy me Christmas gifts that deal with me recording a podcast with my boy Charlie right here. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Christmas is here, and with Christmas comes Christmas gift giving and the expectation of us as husbands and fathers doing everything we can to give our the ones we love the most any and everything they want.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but I know that the farther I get into this, it feels less and less like Christmas most of the time because it's so hectic. And I don't know if this has just been just since COVID has changed some, but man, it seems like everything, it's always, a little get together here, spend time with this group, this group, this group. Try to make sure you have gifts bought for everybody, make sure you got the kids settled and you're going to get all that. And it just, it doesn't, it's tough to enjoy the season. I don't know. Maybe that's too much pressure on
Yeah,
myself.
I will say this again. We got a 2-year-old son now, and before having kids, and I'm sure you can attest to this. I'm sure a lot of dads, fathers, husbands, uh, can attest to this. When you didn't have kids, you could go to 8 different Christmases in a day. It did not bother you
Right.
because you weren't loading around a third, fourth, fifth, eighth human. So, oh yeah, you're having something at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll be there. Oh, you got something going on at 9 o'clock in the evening. We can also be there. Like, oh, I got to drive 5 miles across the state. Sure. What do I need to bring? But now, like you said, it's much easier. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying that my son is a get out of jail free card, but there's times where I can say, and my wife does it a lot too. We can just say, we have a kid, we ain't going.
Yep.
We have a built-in excuse now. Um, Now with family and Christmas, that makes it kind of hard to do because so many people want to see not us but our son. But we've had to make some decisions and just say, no, we're not going to go there. Not today. We can't do it. He was out 2 days in a row. This will be the third day. We're not doing it. Not to him. He's going to stay home and just relax and run around in his underwear and his diaper because we don't want to get dressed and he doesn't need to be in that car seat another 2 hours each way.
Yeah, see, you're doing all that, man. I'm still at the point to where pretty much on a daily basis, I'm having to ask my wife, okay, what's our plans this week? Well, where are we going? Where are we supposed to be? What do I need to do? Just every day. Hey, where are we? We still got this going on. We still got that going on. Cause I'm like out of the loop. I just work and come home and hey, what's the social expectations of me? No, that's probably a
Do y'all
horrible
not,
way to be, but I mean that's just the way it is right now.
do y'all not have like a schedule, like something posted, or like you don't get a Google Calendar or an Apple Calendar and just list all your stuff?
No, I have the calendar that was before Apple and Google. I have my wife and I go, "Hey, what am I supposed to do?" And she'll say, "Okay, go dress, go put a clean shirt on. We need to go here." Or go go take a shower. We'll go here. I mean, that's it. That's what we get. I need you to be home early. But what you do learn is that you need to ask these questions because her and the kids will have one expectation of what needs to happen, and you'll stay too long at work or you won't get home in time, and then you're the bad guy that ruined everything. And I
Perfect
just try to
example that
avoid
was
that.
Friday.
Oh
Perfect
yeah.
example that was Friday for me. Uh, just real quick before we get into our real topic, I was at school and a student asked me if they could stay after school to work on something really, really quick. And I was like, yeah, sure, because I could be done with one student really, really quick with this thing they wanted to get done. So I text my wife and like, hey, I'll be done by 4. So at 3:35, 3 students come to my room and like, hey, we all need different things before tomorrow. And I'm like, y'all got 25 minutes because I got to go. At which
We were
point my
just
wife
talking
calls me and
about
she's
that
like,
last episode.
I'm walking across the street to your school because yeah, you're not going to be done by 4. And she was right.
Yep.
And she's like, you said you're going to be done at 4. I was like, well, I didn't think I was going to have 3 students. I was just going to have one, but I kicked them out. I was like, hey, y'all, I got to pick up my kid. I got to go. So I just left them. But yeah, there's times where, when on the fly, you change something and it does not, even in your best circumstances, it doesn't go the way you want it to go. And your wife's just there going,
Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, you got to make sure that's on tap.
Yeah. Like we already
So
talked
let me
about.
ask you this question. Let's ask you this question real quick.
Okay.
Have you gotten your gifts for your kids yet?
Most of them. Most of them. There's a couple that we still got to find or get in, but yeah, for the most part. Now, again, most of that is on mama. So, I mean, I
Mm.
get the easy way out on that. She's been doing that since probably June. So, I mean, it's not like it's a last minute thing.
I,
That's not how I would do it because I mean, I'm going to be out at the last minute trying to get her stuff. So, I mean, I'll straight up with that.
yeah,
I don't know
that's
how everybody else
yeah.
does it. That's just me. It's going to be last minute.
I think we're all. I think all of us, dads, husbands, boyfriends, significant others, do that. We like make sure our kids are good. So like on my end, we wanted to go more the experience route
Right.
with our son because he's got, like you said, I think he's got gifts. Y'all bought him last Christmas or last birthday. He still hasn't opened up yet.
Mhm.
So, like, he doesn't need more toys. He just doesn't. He's gonna get some. We're appreciative. We're gonna let him play with them.
Yeah.
At some point, he may be 8 or 18 by the time he opens them all up. But like, we went to see Christmas lights last week. He enjoyed that. We've got another outing this next weekend, or this coming up weekend, for him as an experience. We got a Polar Express train ride right after Christmas because it's cheap.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Um,
after. Okay.
yeah, it's like after, right, yeah, the 26th because it's half the price than it would be at um, before Christmas. So we got a few other little things like that. He got some stuff under the tree. We got some stuff like that for the put under the tree. But I even looked at my wife today. I saw something on sale. I was like, hey, look at this. And we're like, do we really need another one with like a set? Is it another set? Because it was a Paw Patrol play set, but it was like the carpet of like the city.
Mm-hmm.
They had all these individual little pieces. And I looked at that. I was like, oh, it's on a really good sale. And then I saw it came with 18 pieces.
Yep.
And I was like, do we need 18 more little things just everywhere? And my wife looked at me and was like, I think we're good. And I'm like, I do too. So that Amazon purchase was not made today. So, but our son is good. He's going to have plenty. Um, Now, my wife, on the other hand, I still got some stuff to do.
Yeah. That's kind of the way it is. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of people to buy for personally. She takes care of most of the shopping, and I like it that way. She, like I said, she starts pretty early, Now she does get into last minutes, and gets a little hectic there because she's always worried about finding the perfect gift for everybody. I don't know. As I get older, it's more, hey, I'm going to buy you something, and here's something we struggled with, or she struggles with. I don't struggle with it. I have a suggestion. My suggestion gets turned down. It doesn't matter. But my idea was, I mean, like I said, we have three. I don't necessarily think that we have to spend the same dollar amount on all three. I think this is something that's important. If you ask for something and we can get it for you, if you're going to be just as one of the kids is going to be just as happy with a $50 item versus another kid needing $100 item, I don't feel the need to even that out. That's what they ask
Hmm.
for. As long as they're getting it and they're happy with it, and it's something they'll use. I mean, I'm fine with that. But I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of there as far as trying to keep it even and equal. And if for a long time, if one of the kids got something, well, you'd have to get the other one because they're all going to want to play with it, and that way you just keep it even, and you don't have to deal with the fighting over it or any of that.
Yeah. I
And
think your kids though are young enough to where they're not price checking the stuff. Like at least not yet. I know as they get older, they
well,
may get to that point. I think every sibling group does that. Like, wait, you got this, but I got that. Wait, something like that. But I think right now for your tribe, yeah, just whatever makes them happy. My
yeah,
son would be happy with rocks,
hey,
asphalt, and sticks.
there's been many Christmas to where we buy them exactly what they asked for, whatever, and spent more than we should have, get it, and they play with the box that it came in more than they play with the toy. It's a hundred
Yeah.
percent. Dads out there, I'm telling you, I don't know how many times you've been through Christmas. That happens. You are going to buy your kids something that you think is awesome. Like you're proud of it. You see
Mm-hmm.
them open it, they're excited about it, and they will play with the box more than they do the gift. And you just got to sit back and go, oh, boy, I could have saved a lot of money and just got you a box. I pretty much say that
A
every year.
box.
Box and paper.
Yeah. A box, a
Maybe some
stick.
bubble
I'm telling you,
wrap.
my
Put some
son,
bubble wrap in there. Gift.
he sticks. Right now, I just got to think about clothes hangers.
Okay.
We can just give him a box of clothes hangers. I can buy him a 12 pack and a box, and so again, some sticks from outside and a rock, and he'll go, "Wow, wow!" It's like the most genuine,
Amazement.
excited look on his,
Yeah.
and he just walks around and finds a rock on the ground. Wow, it's so cute. I'm like, yeah, I could save a ton of money. So again, that's why we went with the experiences. We went to see Christmas lights, and every time we saw something different, he did that. Wow, and I know that left more of an impression on him for that 5-10 minutes. That wow resonated in his head, did more for him than for him to open up a gift, be completely overwhelmed by the other thousand gifts he got, and just completely forgot he even had the thing he just opened.
Yep.
So we like the experiences, and I know we're trying to do that with, like, I know we're family. We can talk about this. Like your kids, we're trying to get them something where it's not just a toy. Let them go do something. Uh, I got other cousins, nieces, nephews, stuff like that. We try to do the same thing because again, we all the kids have. They're not without. Now, granted, do they have everything they want? Maybe not, but are they going to be without anything? No, they're going to have. I would assume plenty that everybody's going to try to do their best to get their kids whatever they can get them, and they can be happy with what's under the tree. So we're like, they don't need another toy, but maybe spend another evening as a family out doing something might be the thing for them. So that's kind of where we're going with that with the kids. Now, as you said, my wife, I got to look her Amazon wish list to see what I'm buying for her.
Yeah. No, I for a while I had my wife's Amazon would come up on my phone. So like anytime I'd get an alert, your package has been shipped or anything like this. So I was seeing all that, and she got me off of there real quick. Of course, it's always, well, I can't buy
Oh
anything for
yeah,
you if you're on there. But yeah, that was a good monitoring
yeah,
system to see that right there. And because I would
yeah. I'm
ask her,
just like,
oh, so we got such and such being delivered today. She's like, how do you know that? I was like, you logged in under your Amazon account on my phone, so I have it. But yeah, no,
mm,
that's awesome. I don't know, man. So there you go. Dads, I want to know, tell us out there, are you excited for Christmas? Because I mean, the first couple of years are awesome because like you said, they're just amazed with everything. At first, and this is kind of bad, but you and your wife have spent all this money and done all this stuff to get them gifts, and then sometimes they're willing to just dig in and open it up. Sometimes they don't necessarily know how to do that, and you kind of have to help them along.
hmm,
And they're bored
yeah,
if it's tough to get into or something like that. They're tired of unwrapping gifts, especially depending on how many they get. You get very far into this, they're like, "Hey, I got toys I want to play with. I don't want to open new stuff." It, I,
yeah. That was a big one.
I
That was a
enjoy
big one his
Christmas more.
first year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think dads enjoy Christmas seeing their wife, a significant other, and kids enjoying Christmas. And like I said, we're in Texas right now, and the weather has been weird. So
yeah,
it's the middle of December, and it was almost 80 degrees this weekend. So the weather has me not feeling in the Christmas spirit. But if what is on your shopping list? Like, dads, what do you want for Christmas? What's something that you're not going to ask for it? You know that. Uh, you may drop some hints. Your wife or spouse may ask you, "Hey, what do you want?" And you'll be like, "I just want y'all to be happy.
yeah,
I don't need anything." But like, what is the thing? If you know a proverbial gun was to your head and Santa was there and Rudolph were like, "Give us something." What would you ask for Christmas for yourself?
yeah. See, and the thing is, I think a lot of us, I know I get told this all the time. Well, you're hard to buy for. You're hard to buy for. And I really
Same,
don't think I
same.
am because I know of stuff I want all the time. So it's not, there's always stuff there that I'd like to have. But I mean, at the same time, the stuff I want, I probably want to pick it out. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
get a new, let's say a new rifle or a handgun or something for Christmas, which would be a great present. But if that's what I wanted to do, I probably want the one I want. I don't want her to
Yeah,
go spend the money and get the wrong model or the wrong color or the wrong accessories or something like that that from what I wanted. So I guess in that way I am hard. I don't know about other dads out there. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of us.
I'm that way.
Technical stuff, it's like, hey, I'm pretty particular about this. Because the last thing you want to do is for her to get you something and it not be what you would have gotten. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's always a
I
struggle.
do that with. I do that. But see, I'm the same exact same way with my wife. She like, I don't know what to get you. Like, here, let me help you out. Just let me get what I want, and I'll say it's from you. And for years, that was the deal. Like, if I didn't just give her, if I didn't just give her a straight up list and say, "Give me that, and that," I just told her, like, I know you're stressing out, like you're going to have an anxiety attack because you're stressing so bad.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just going to buy four things, and they're going to be cheap, but I know how to. That's the thing. I don't mind stuff being used. I will go on a Facebook marketplace or a Craigslist or an eBay. If I can get a deal and get the same product for half price,
you feel
maybe a
better
little
about
less than
that
half
than
price.
sit there and opening the brand new one on Christmas. Yeah,
Yeah, hey, is it as long as if it's is it cracked? No, okay. Does it is it fully functional? Yeah, okay. Um, I'll take that one. But what
yeah.
about the new thing? I don't. It doesn't have to be new. I am the king of used. I
I was
don't
gonna say
care.
you're one of those guys that finding the bargain, finding the deal is way
Yeah,
more important to
that's my
you.
thrill. Yeah, the thrill
Yeah.
is finding the deal for me. So like, let me bargain hunt for myself.
Okay, now let me
Don't
ask you this. Okay, so that's the way you feel about yourself. Do you do the same thing for your boy?
Yes and no.
Yeah, mine's
Yes
a
and no.
no. Mine's a no for me. I mean, it just is.
Now, toys for like gifts, no. But
Okay.
like for example, consignment clothes, we learned real quick. Yeah, you just go to a resale shop, you buy that stuff. Don't buy it brand new if you ain't got to, because the markup's crazy. But no, when it comes to toys for gifts, no, he does not get used. Now, if it's like, oh, this looks awesome, this looks neat, it's just a random gift that he can have for a long time that is educational or this or that. It's in really, really good condition, but it doesn't come in a package. I will get it used. It doesn't happen often for him, but yeah, there's been a few times, and my wife's okayed it. She's like, "Yeah, get it. It sounds cool," and
Yeah.
we'll get it. We'll make sure it's clean and stuff. And but yeah, I'm not gonna pay full price for something he's gonna play with for a little bit. Come on now.
Yeah, there should definitely be like a resale site or something set up exactly for toys. Because I mean,
Yeah,
when you get it for them, it's a limited time that they're going to use it, and they're going to outgrow it or move on to something else, and you could just dump it back in there. There probably is one out there somewhere, and we just don't know
somewhere I'm sure. Yeah, but
because we're dad.
some parents either overprice the crap out of it,
Well,
or or they're in such a horrible shape that even Caritas or Goodwill would be like, no thanks.
yeah, I mean,
You just
Carrot
keep
Top is
that.
kind of our go-to. That's what we'll do when we recycle everything out. Is we'll take it down there and donate it. Which,
So so dads out there, again, you're not buying you got to buy for yourself maybe, or you don't want anything, or because you're so concerned about your kids and your spouse and your parents. I have no clue what to get my mom and my in-laws.
yeah,
No clue, because
oh,
again, they're like they're like me and my wife, but like extra. Like they've lived a good long life. If they want it, they'll just get it.
right.
And if they're at the point to where they're fine without anything new because they don't have the desire to get anything new. So I'm like, I don't know what to get y'all. Like, I gotta even ask my mom, what do you want for Christmas? Because no clue.
Right. And something else I think we need to touch on too is, I mean, especially with the way the economy and stuff is right now, as dads, I mean, it's it's hard out there right now, and there's so everything is so expensive. It really is, and we don't have the supply chain issues that we've had the last couple of years to make the shortages. It doesn't feel like because you're not hearing about that every day, but it's easy it's easy to feel like you need to be able to go get the best toy for your kid or to go out there and feel a certain way about wanting to get stuff for them. And I mean, you just got to know that we've talked about you can go to resale shops and get it. I mean, you can find it used on eBay and Amazon. Take advantage of these things. Don't feel like as a dad that you're under a bunch of pressure, because there's got to be dads out there that feel like that. Like I said, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I turn most of mine over to my wife. I have no problem saying,
Yeah,
but I know there's some dads out there that don't have anybody to do that. And I mean, your kids are going to be happy just having you there for the holidays.
I
And
was gonna say. I think
something
yeah,
we lose sight of a lot.
yeah, and I was just gonna say that like I think last year was the first year my wife and I like because we do a thing on Christmas Eve. Like you're invited, your family's invited, my sister in law, like everybody on my wife's side of the family. We do Christmas Eve because we even realized like, hey, Christmas is so hectic. Everybody's got something going on with something in their family. Like, let's just do it the day before, low key, no pressure. Just try to just get this together without the get together. So we've been doing that for the last few years. But yeah, I'm telling you, I think your kids, and I'm learning this more and more every day, your kids would be so much more thrilled to see you there when they open their gifts than to see you, to not see you and get the latest and greatest. And I think dads strive to do whatever they can to provide for the kids. So if you're doing, I would say this, if you're doing that and you know you're doing that and you've done all that you can do, be okay with being okay with that. I don't think, I mean, we put so much pressure on ourselves to, like you mentioned, to get the latest and greatest that, they may not really want that, or in a way, they don't want to sacrifice spending time with you to get the thing they think they want.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's what they want is that's the time. That's the thing you can never get back is go. And there's a lot of people that, for whatever their circumstance, don't get to do that this time of year and be there and spend time with them. So if you can, if it's an opportunity, I mean, these are years as they're growing up. That's the only time you're going to get with them. I mean, by the time they get teenager, they're going to be way too cool to hang out with you. So especially when you have younger kids, go
yeah.
and just go do the silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go. This is one that we're working on too. Do the family pajama thing to where y'all all get together and watch a movie or whatever you want to do. Don't you don't have to be the tough guy that can't have a good time with your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a lot of
Like,
people out there that struggle with that.
I think in the next couple of years, I really want to. I just in my head, I can already picture it. So it sounds like a cheesy thing. It's probably not going to happen. Uh, I just want to get my kid. I just want to buy. I remember being a kid, and I was around a lot of cousins and stuff. And my aunt or a cousin from somebody from Connecticut would always send us a package for Christmas. And it was just a big box. And the box had stuff in it. So we thought about this playing in the box. It's not that. But the box had just a bunch of just toys and games that we could play as a family.
Right.
So there was like 7, 8 of us. So if there was 8 little $1 cap guns in there, we got that. If there was a game of Monopoly in there, we all got to play it. If there was a, um, you know, putty and Play-Doh, we all had to play with it. Like, I'm just gonna. I mean, if we could just get our son just silly string and bubbles and chalk and balloons and just spend an afternoon just being silly outside, kicking a ball and spraying each other silly string and getting water guns or little foam Nerf dart guns. I think he'd have a blast with
Yeah, it
just
would.
that. And the whole the $500 our 12-volt battery car thing that's charging up for 2 days before you can use it won't even be thought about.
Yep, that's exactly right, man. So I
But
mean,
until then, he's going to look at Christmas lights and ride trains.
hey, that's fun stuff too, man. We've gone
Yeah.
and done a bunch of that. We haven't gone and looked at Christmas lights this year. We need to, but who would have thought that would have turned into the big business that turned into, to where you just pay
Oh
to drive
man.
through all these.
I just this is such a bad thing. You drive through that and you just sit there thinking, I wonder how much their electric bill is.
Yeah, no, that
I
hundred
wonder how
percent
much.
pops in your mind while you're going down through there, or you start thinking about the other stuff. Like, man, I would hate to have to replace these bulbs as this stuff goes in.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
man hours, yeah, all that stuff. Like, who designed this one? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, who put that together? Where do you go? Like, you just don't go to Walmart and just say, "I'm gonna buy the blinking elf that's on a pogo stick. I want to buy that." Like, you don't see that. Like, it takes a lot of. I don't know how those people do it. Like, we went to one small town outside of Waco, and it's a nice little setup, but
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. I think it's like their second, third year. It's gotten better every year. But
Yeah, I think that's
like,
how they do it is they kind of build on it year over year and it starts out it's it's pretty good, but it's smaller and then they just expand as they can afford to.
I'm pretty sure we'll go to Athens before too long
Yeah, we're
because
the
they
same
got good
way, man. It
lights.
started out fairly small and it's gotten bigger and better all the time.
Yeah, the last few times it's been nice. So, but again, those just those experiences that your kids are gonna want. So we're gonna take your kids to like a cowboy game.
Ooh, I've been thinking about that and probably next year. I would say probably next year.
Cowboy game, Dallas Maverick game, just something. I can see you and your kids, at least your boys, maybe your daughter too, but I don't know. But like y'all taking that Christmas, y'all go to that Christmas game, that Christmas Day game. Like there's
You
nothing.
know, do the Christmas Day game. It'll be later before we do that because I still we're still in that time period to where Christmas mornings are so fun to where you're getting up
That's true.
and doing
That's
everything.
true.
So I think it'll be after that. You know what I'm saying?
I
I mean,
say that, and I say that because I was watching a TikTok today, and it was just that a little girl. I mean, she was. I mean, yeah, she was an older girl, probably 9, 10 years old. Uh, Talking about how her grandfather passed away, and the Cowboys were her team, and she became a Cowboy fan because her grandfather's a Cowboy fan,
right?
and her dad took her to a Cowboy game this Sunday because they thought they were just going to a watch party, but they went to the actual game and watched the Cowboys barely beat the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome to see the girl's face. And I've seen other friends, other dads, really, take their tell the kids, "Hey, we're gonna watch a football game. Merry Christmas!" And like this, the look on their faces is just like, yeah, that's the experience. That's what they're gonna remember, not whatever you bought them and that's collecting dust 3 days later. But that experience they got to share with mom, dad. You know,
I think there's an
that's it.
age thing on that though, because I think yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my older two would probably be pretty good, especially my younger one. Like he's gonna get bored sitting there watching it. So it's not
Yeah,
like they're even gonna be able to appreciate, necessarily what they're seeing the whole
I
time.
think late single digits, early double digits. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's where it really gets good.
But again, I
I mean, I'd do it tomorrow, but there again, okay, you've got like if I go, I've got three of them that I need to take with them. So it's probably more of a I'll take one at a time and kind of go and
yeah,
we'll go have our first game here and first game there and try to work it like that. I got a buddy of mine that's what he does like for most of his kids' birthdays, which they're, getting off, graduated into college now, but that's what he'd always do is, you'd see him, it's somebody's birthday. Well, okay, we're going to go to this baseball game, or we're going to go to this football game. And I mean, it's just time for them to, because that's something we kind of need to touch on a little bit too. But like the one-on-one time with the kids when you have multiple kids is something that's tough to schedule sometimes because there's certain things that some of them are into that they're not, but you still need to do that. We used to try to do like uh take 1 week in a month and alternate months, but me and my wife would alternate kids that we took to go do stuff. Like she'd go take two of them and I'd take one, and then we generally broke it down, boys and the girl. So y'all go do something fun like that. And I think we may work that into Christmas coming up to where it's like, okay, here's a father daughter date, or here's a father son day or something like that, just to kind of give them like coupons for that, so you can kind of remind yourself to schedule that in.
see, that's cool. That's cool. I yeah. I don't know if we're gonna have any more, but that would be fun to do if that was the case because it just sounds like a cool thing. I mean, it sounds cool. I know it's going to be a hassle to try to figure all that out, to schedule it all out, to make time for it, to make sure everybody kind of gets an even experience. So it
Right.
takes a lot of work in the background. But yeah, I think the end game, the end result of it would be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm sure you as a dad will get to enjoy it a little bit, even though you may not admit it at the time because you're too busy taking care of all the stuff. But I think, yeah, looking back, it'd be a fun experience.
Yeah, yeah, no, they are for sure. Because I'll get the pictures, come back on my memories and stuff like that of the days that we had. And, it's good, man. It's good to look back and check all that out. But all right, so I guess in closing, everybody, dads, don't stress. Enjoy the holidays. Take the time to enjoy your kids. Spend time with them, and we'll all get through this. And we'll worry about the credit card bills in January.
Yeah. So make sure that you say those receipts. Uh, say those receipts because you never know what you're going to take back. But Yeah. Enjoy the holiday season. Merry Christmas, everybody. I know we got another episode or two coming before the Christmas day actually happens. So be sure to, again, check us out wherever you get your podcast, YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, all that stuff. Like, find us. And
Like
then,
and
again, just
subscribe.
leave us comments, suggest, and like and subscribe.
We'll see y'all later.
Deuces.